Peter Lawo, founder of the German company for broadcast and media technologies named after him, passed away at the age of 85. Good morning, broadcasters. 360 Seconds news and commentary for broadcast professionals is on the air. I'm Maria Kholodova from TKT. Let's discuss the latest technological news with our respected experts, Philip Grossman and Ann Seidler. Don't forget to give the program a like. Peter Lawo passed away at the age of 85. In 1970, the committed engineer, entrepreneur, and father of Lawo AG laid the foundation for the company's worldwide reputation with innovative audio products and highest quality standards. Mary, can you talk about his mark on the industry?
You know, he was of that generation. Oh my gosh, there were so many exciting things happening at that time. He came into it from a music background because he wanted to develop the sound processor. And then he started working with several German state broadcasters and developed a console. Now, his first consoles were analog, but it was just at that time that people were dabbling with digital. So then he came out with an analog console with digital control. And by the 1990s, they came out with a fully digital console. This was at the same time, it was that era of Yamaha, Euphonics, Harrison. We saw so many different entrepreneurs, because these were all very small companies. And Peter Lawo just was full of so many innovative ideas and really boosted the German audio industry. And he will be sorely missed, but Lawo continues on because his son certainly does a phenomenal job.
And Peter, Philip, what about you?
Yeah, well, it's that saying, what is it? If you read the history and the legend, print the legend. And he sort of is legendary in terms of what he did and what his company has done in the industry. You talk about audio consoles, and Lawo comes up, and of course they've taken it from that into now video control systems and a whole orchestration system. So it really, the company has grown from its like I said, small origins of just making consoles for music to now being an innovator within the industry. So he'll be sorely missed. And it's odd. I'm at the age where there's more deaths, unfortunately, than births in my world, and to hear things like this are just sort of heartbreaking a bit.
Now we move on to Brazilian Globo, which was announced was described as the world's first broadcast of an MPEG-5 LCEVC enhanced channel during the FIFA World Cup. It specifies an enhancement layer which can boost the compression efficiency of any existing or future video codec, enabling higher quality at up to 40% lower bit rates. So Philip, can you talk about this?
Yeah, so it's interesting to see that they release this. Obviously, when you're dealing with video codecs, it's great to have the encode side. You have to have the decode side. This happens to be relatively simple to implement via software, from my understanding, on the decode side. So it's great that we're seeing, a major broadcaster in the world sort of embrace this technology. Unfortunately, I think what we'll see, like with a lot of things, instead of helping us get to 4K or 8K distribution, it'll be more to enable us to have more and more channels over that same bit rate bandwidth that's available. So I'm glad to see that it's being utilized. And one of the things that makes it interesting is that it can be laid on top of existing codecs. So it's not a brand new codec; it's an enhancement to existing codecs. It is licensable. Fortunately or unfortunately, there isn't an open source version, so that's always a somewhat of a driving factor in a lot of these codec wars. But it'll be interesting to see if more and more people adopt it after it was utilized in this way. So it'll be interesting to see.
All right, now quickly moving on to Mo-Sys. Engineering delivered a major LED virtual production for studio for Plaza Media ahead of its World Cup broadcast. The studio in Germany uses 4 cameras, each of which has a Mo-Sys star tracker to generate the 6-axis camera and lens tracking data that drives the perspective view of the virtual set. The tracked cameras work in conjunction with Mo-Sys's combined LED content server and on-air graphics system, BMR, which delivers the virtual set content from the graphics engine. So Philip, talk about this in the viewer's experience.
Yeah, so as I said, we're seeing more and more adoption of these virtual sets. It increases, I guess, the viewing experience by enabling the customer to see a completely different environment. And one of the biggest hurdles for a lot of these systems is the camera information. Where is the camera placed in 3D space so I can render the virtual set around it? And the Mo-Sys system is one of the more ubiquitous systems that's out there. So it's nice to see them continue to sort of push the boundaries, make it a bit more accessible to broadcasters, and really kind of see what's going to happen in the industry with this. Like any other technology, it's going to be overused over the next 12 to 18 months, but I think we'll find that sweet spot within our industry. And you'll start to see this bleed down into the more mainstream facility. I mean, this is one of the first steps, obviously, with the World Cup production. And we'll see this happen more and more. Sports is a perfect venue for this, and we'll start to see it more in news and, continue down into the collegiate area. So it's exciting to see it happening.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much, Philip. Thank you, Mary. See you next Monday at the same time. Goodbye.